What made you realize like the steam business was what was going to make you some money? Like when you first told people, were they like, why are you doing that? Like,
well, one, I didn't know. I did not know the steam business was it. You know, it was just more so like, I just knew when I was 27. So in 2017, I just knew when I was at the job, I'm like, I got to figure out something to do. I'm going to be 30. I was thinking 3 years ago, I'm like, I'm going to be 30. And if I don't figure this out now,
it's a good way to
I'm
think,
going to
though.
be
Yeah.
here doing the same thing again and again. So, but just, I knew I was good at cleaning cars. You know, I was like, to me at that time, I was like, it's not detailing. I'm like, I never worked for anybody detailing. I just, wash my family's cars, stuff like that. That was really it. And clean my own all the time.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to just go into entrepreneurship, I was like, what can I do that I'm really good at and learn how to make money from it? So that's when I was really pushing, okay, I can detail cars. Even to this day, I really don't say I detail cars. I say I clean cars because I'm really good at cleaning. So I clean them. And then just like I wanted to be different. That was the key. I had to be different. So just doing the traditional detailing or washing cars of a lot of chemicals, a lot of water, doing all this other stuff like it, I wanted to be different. So I was like, what can I do to find one machine that has the gas, has the water, that can do everything I needed to do? So that's how I really just started pushing into the steam cleaning industry and finding a machine that can do all those things for me.
What makes like steam washing different than traditional car washes? Like, is there a difference? Are they kind of similar?
So if you take a steam wash rod, you can't really steam wash a really dirty car. You can, but it takes forever.
Yeah.
And I did learn that after a while. So, but like if you got somebody who maintains their vehicle, the outside of it's pretty decent. You don't have to use all that water, all that soap. There is a method to steam wash a vehicle, and I still do to this day steam wash vehicles because what it does is it just leaves a better finish. It's almost like when you do that, it's almost like clay barring a car all in one step while you're washing it. It just leaves a smoother finish, a lot better shine. You can get through it, and it's less water. So I can go out there and steam wash a car and not have a bunch of wastewater running off, into the drains, stuff like that. So there's a method to it, but it just takes a lot of practice to steam wash a vehicle, but the result is a whole lot better.
What's the process of like a typical steam wash?
Are you trying to steal my business?
No,
okay.
I'm writing this down. Hey, man, I'm doing my job over here, man.
Without selling too many secrets to the trade.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
It is a method that I had to learn over time, because even when I first got the machine, I was like, man, I can just steam a car and it's done. It's cool.
Right.
But they're really good at, all the companies are really good at selling a steam cleaner. But it's like when you get it, you have to learn which process is going to work best for you. And what method is going to work best for this vehicle or whatever, because they're all not the same. Steam cleaning is not a one-size-fits-all process either, because I can steam clean and steam wash an engine bay compartment, clean the door jambs with it, but just steam washing is just, the processes are different. And you just got to figure out which one is going to, like I said, fit for that vehicle or what's going to be best for you.
Yeah.
So. How does pricing go into that then?
So pricing,
that's one thing. Again, like
the pricing is going to vary too, because you can have a whole lot of overhead and you're not going to be able to charge $50 to $100 like the other person down the street, because their overhead is low. They don't really have much to do. Or if, where do you want to go in your business? How far do you want to go? Do you want to scale it? Do you want to just maintain? Do you want to do this part-time? You're going to do it part-time. You're going to have part-time prices. You're going to do it full-time, you might have full-time prices. If your unit is flawless and you have everything you need going to the customer, if you're going to charge them, $300-$400, it better look like it's worth $300 or $400. So everything is different. Image, it comes down to the image too.
So it's not like you don't have like a this package, that package. It's pretty much individually based on like the job. Yeah,
so I have packages, but again, they're not all one size fits all packages.
Yeah, I got
So it's like, a customer, so I just ask them questions just to kind of, again, see what they need, what they're, because the last thing you want to do is try to sell somebody on a detail package.
Right.
Can't do it,
Right.
So it's like, you have to really hear that customer, see what they need. And then after doing it for so long, they're like, yeah, I can send you a picture. Yeah, maybe I can drive to you and I can show you my car. And it's like, after doing it for so long, it's like, hey, I already know that type of vehicle looks
Right.
like this. You do this type of job, your car looks like this. And I can just kind of, after those questions, I can narrow that down for them and give them the best package available for what they need. So just pricing and packages are going to, because everybody has prices starting at like $50, and depending on what their detail is, but everybody's level of clean isn't clean. And if it ain't pristine clean, it ain't clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another slogan. Hey, you better make it write this down. We done got 2 slogans up in here,
It's
man.
on my little tablecloth I got for vendor
That's
events.
what's up.
Yeah.
It's not clean if it's not pristine clean. So
Nice.
So have you had, like, being your own boss, have you had any, like, failures or major failures that you remember? And if so, like, how did you bounce back from that being your own boss? 'Cause I'm sure there's challenges along the way of being in business.
yeah, so failures that I've had, well, one thing I learned, a failure wasn't really a failure. It was actually a win because
Facts.
I learned from it.
100%.
And I was like, okay, now don't do that. I need to start doing this. So like it was really just like after you lose so many, and that was that part where I learned, okay, I can't sell customers on packages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to take that sales technique and throw it out the door. So it was like, I had to, cause after getting so many no's, you know, it gets discouraging. No, I don't want to do that. That's too much. Or, you know, oh, you guys, I would never pay that much for a detail, you know, and not everybody's going to see value
Right.
in what you offer. So I had to start bodying those no's and just knocking them out. Like, okay, they said no, move on. Okay, but it's a numbers game. So just don't let those no's take you out the game, and don't let them discourage you, because those no's, I mean, they just don't see value in what you offer. Not because your prices are too much or you don't offer enough. It's just they don't see value in what you offer. So those no's in the beginning was a struggle because I was getting discouraged, but I just had to learn and I know my value and what I was offering. So that's what helped me get through that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have people also that told you no at one point that they saw your work and then came back and said yes.
Oh yeah, I was
So
gonna
it's
say
like,
that.
You can't, like you said, you can't let those no's discourage you or take you out the game. You just got to roll with the punches.
Because eventually they're going to see the work. Obviously, you've said it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know,
and if you got some bad job, you know, you do something wrong or you do something bad, I mean, make it right.
Right.
At the end of the day, make it right, because
Now you know what not to do.
yeah, you don't want a customer one time. One time does not achieve the success of your business. You need that customer reoccurring. You need to come back. You need to make sure you're doing the job right every single time.
They go to you every time, right?
Follow up with them.
Fact.
Fortune is in the follow up, guys. You gotta follow up with your customer. Make sure that you know, if you do a job and you're like, okay, well, this might need time to dry, you're not gonna notice the result until maybe a day or two later.
Yeah.
I'll follow up with you and check on that.
See, that's how I know you're a salesman too. On the follow up, that's
Yeah.
what makes you a real salesman. Because
Yeah.
like, if you're not a real salesman, you won't follow up.
You're not going
Right.
to check on it.
Yeah.
You just wanted the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
You know what I'm
care
saying?
about
Because you got to
after.
reach out. You got to reach back out to those people. Like, hey, do you know anyone
Right.
that's car is filthy like
Yeah.
yours?
And they're going to recommend. They're going to recommend it, and that's going to get him more business. I like that. So